Go open it on the light.
If you're all between me down the escalator, let me give you an idea of where our entrances are going to be. We do a Spanish line. The 245 Spanish is completely full. The 330 is filling up. That Spanish line is going to be the first entrance here on the left. Just past that, a little bit farther, is going to be the express line. And just past that is going to be our general admission line. The tour does run anywhere from like an hour to an hour and 30 minutes, but the wait time right now is just over an hour and 5 minutes for that studio tour. Welcome in, howdy, have fun. And then general admission a little bit farther down that way.
Be prepared, our tour today features loud noises, sudden tram movements, fire effects, and many water effects. You want to have your cameras out for great photo opportunities, but keep an eye on them so they don't get wet. Finally, for your safety and those around you, please do not use selfie sticks while you are on board. All right, we are getting our 60th anniversary tour on the road, and to kick us off, we have our host, our master of ceremonies, and host of The Tonight Show, Jimmy Fallon.
Hi, I'm Jimmy Fallon. Welcome aboard the world-famous studio tour. I know what you're thinking. Why the tux? Well, we're celebrating our 60th anniversary. That's right, 60 years of glitz, glamour, and our own great white shark. As we celebrate our diamond anniversary today, we'll pay tribute to Universal's past and take you behind the scenes to discover why this studio tour is world famous. So whether this is your first visit or your 60th, get ready for fun, excitement, and an experience like no other.
Thank you, Jimmy. On March 15th, 1915, our founder, Carl Laemmle, invited the public into the studio to watch silent movies being made. Guests could walk from set to set and marvel at the technology involved in filmmaking. But with the invention of sound and the need for quiet on set, the original walking tour ended. In the 1960s, under the leadership of company chairman Lew Wasserman and executives Al Dorskin and Jay Stein, the idea of reviving a tour of the studio returned when the Great Line bus tours originating in Hollywood made a stop at our gates. On July 15, 1964, the first of our red and white candy-striped glamour trams took 67 passengers on a 2-hour driving tour up the Universal lot, and the world-famous studio tour was born. We started with 2 drivers, 2 guides, and 1 ticket seller working out of a trailer on Lincolnshire Boulevard. From there, the studio tour expanded with fantastic, one-of-a-kind Hollywood elements like the burning house and the rock slide, which were in this area of the backlot in the 1970s and 80s. Now, back in the 60s, we thought by now we might have hover trams, but these are pretty cool too. You're on board our newest version of the tour vehicle, the electric tram, as we continue our commitment to creating a zero-emissions studio tour fleet. Electric trams get their power from wireless inductive charging pads, just like the one for your cell phone, only much larger. And like an electric car, we have regenerative braking. Every time we go downhill during this tour, like right now, we will be building a charge. We're no stranger to innovation when it comes to our tour vehicles. We started with glamour trams in 1964, and in 1983 we upgraded to super trams, allowing us to carry more guests and experience more thrills. In 2000, we added onboard video, turning the tram into a movie theater on wheels. So let's see where the studio tour is going to take us today. We'll start by heading into the front lot, where we're driving in between the studio and the theme park. On your right-hand side, we're going to be passing by Super Nintendo World, home to Mario and Luigi, the stars of our biggest film of 2023, the Super Mario Brothers movie. This is also where studio tour guests once had a chance to explore facets of Hollywood not accessible to the public before 1964. In the 60s and 70s, they could visit the dressing room of comedy legend Lucille Ball, step into the office of Oscar-winning costume designer Edith Head, or drive through the prop warehouse on the tram. By the 1980s, this was home to the Preview Center, a popular stop on the tour that included the Special Effects Stage, an interactive show that featured actor Robert Wagner as its video co-host. On your left, you're seeing some of our sound stages. To tell us more about these sound stages, here's our next 60th anniversary.
Here in Hill Valley, California, Courthouse Square. But right over here in 1955 is where we sent Marty McFly into the future, which is where we're about to send you now. Are you ready for a time-traveling experiment? Yeah! Okay, all we gotta do is get this baby up to 8 miles an hour. Can you handle that? Okay, let's go. 5 miles an hour, 6 miles an hour, 8 miles an hour. See you in the future, my friend.
Woohoo! We did it! Thank you, Doc!
You bet. The future is what you make it.
Courthouse Square still has many facades that were built in the 1940s. The rest of our metro sets are considerably newer, redesigned and rebuilt in 2008. Before that, this area was home to a studio tour classic. Here's one of the stars of Universal's 2005 version of King Kong, Jack Black, to tell you all about it.
And self-action. Did you know that Metro sets were once the home to Hollywood's biggest star? Right here is where the original studio tour King Kong attraction resided from 1986 until 2008. He stood 30 feet tall and weighed in at 13,000 pounds. Over the years, millions of guests got to meet King Kong face to face as he shook the tram. So close you could feel his hot banana breath. Is that it? I can't believe that's my last line, and then the tram moves on to the next thing.
Yep, we're gonna keep moving on through our New York Street. Our New York Street has been used to depict many different cities, such as New York in How I Met Your Mother, London in Fast and Furious Presents Hobbs and Shaw, starring Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, Idris Elba, and Jason Statham. We've also used it to depict Baltimore in Hairspray Live in 2016. And we have even used it to depict Chicago in The Blues Brothers.
When the Pinto fell and you saw it land and make this big hole in the street, that was on the back lot. We dropped it.
monsters, such as the Wolfman, the Gillman, otherwise known as the creature from the Black Lagoon, Frankenstein's monster and his bride, and of course, Dracula. On your left-hand side, made an appearance to part the waters for our guest. The drone can seem to drive right through the lake and give everyone on board a sea-level view.
Tell them they can walk on water off the shore.
There have also been exploding water mines, torpedoes, and prop submarines as a part of the action in the lake. But we're not the only ones celebrating there. I am so glad. Oh, wait, it looks like he's got something under there. Uh-oh. Looks like there might have been someone in the water. I don't know, but I don't want to find out, so maybe we'll postpone our little beach vacay and keep it moving.
On the back lot with a 100% chance of rain.
¿Me voy a mojar?
That was Flash Flood, our latest attraction here on the studio tour. Flash Flood was used in Lady Gaga's Judas music video, as well as the movie Big Fat Liar, starring Paul Giamatti, Ricky Muniz, and Amanda Bynes. Moving right along, we are going to be passing through Old Mexico. This area was used in Paramount's Nacho Libre, starring Jack Black, as well as Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, starring Harrison Ford. This was also used for the first season of HBO's Westworld. But moving right along through Old Mexico and into the Old West, welcome to 6 Points, our Western sets here on our back lot. In the early days as a movie studio, Western movies were our bread and butter. In our first year in production, we turned out over 200 Western films. Granted, they were only 10 to 20 minutes long, because they only used 1 or 2 reels of film, but still, that was a lot of movies. We were able to do this because this was during the silent...
Built to showcase an unbelievable new live show. So live anymore. Anyway, behind this Hollywood fantasy, the Gold Rush frontier town lies a sinister secret. Welcome to the world of no.
These are the real sets that were used in the movie that were brought down from Santa Clarita so we could experience a little bit of Jordan Peele's magic for ourselves. We are now headed toward the part of the studio where we once had an attraction called the Doomed Glacier Expedition, better known as the Ice Tunnel.